Hey everyone, Lead Speed here, and I am bringing you a Gen 4 battle. That's right, Gen 4 battle. Something I'd never be able to put up because they disconnect all the time. But anyways, it's an OU match, and I'll explain, some other stuff at the end, but I lead with Azelf and he leads with Infernape, and I go straight for the U-turn, predicting some kind of switch, or break a sash, and then go to a counter, so either one would work. So he brings Jirachi, and I bring in my Flygon. Now, this isn't your standard choice Scarf Flygon, as you're going to see here. It takes an Ice Punch when it normally can't, because this is a more of a defensive build, with Toxic and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much what this thing runs, and yeah, so as a result, bulky Flygon definitely helped me out against this Jirachi, which would have been a huge problem, as most Jirachis are anyways. So, he brings in Dragonite and goes straight for the Extreme Speed. Now, I decided to stay in to go for the Toxic in case he tried to set up on me on the switch. So, yeah, it wasn't a bad idea, but here is where some hacks started to kick in here. I bring in Azelf, to take this thing out with an Ice Punch because this Azelf does carry Ice Punch, but he gets a crit, and I think that actually mattered because it was unstabbed, and even though it's Life Orbed, I would have been able to live one and then take it out with an Ice Punch, so I'm going to have to go to something to revenge kill, and predicting a switch, I go to T-Tar and go for the Dragon Dance right off the bat, as he brings the Vaporeon, and Vaporeon's kind of a problem, but man, it's not something that I can't handle, But anyways, you're probably going to ask why he has a straight face, for a name, because he has a straight face. If you hadn't looked at the sprite from Gen 4, 8 Hard Gold, Soul Silver, he has like a straight face for some reason, but anyways, I go for the Rock Slide, and here I go for another Dragon Dance, predicting the Protect, but he goes straight for the Surf, so that kind of sucked because now I'm pretty much gonna have to, I don't know, kind of weird. But anyways, Vaporeon's wish comes true, yada yada yada. Everyone's wish should come true, right? But still, Sand's gonna kick in, but it's not gonna matter because of Leftovers recovery. So here, I just go for another Rock Slide. Now, the reason I don't run Stone Edge on this is because I don't like the chance of missing. The Rock Slide has 95%, and it's not going to miss as often as Stone Edge, and I could get a flinch chance sometimes, so why not? I mean, I might miss some KO opportunities, but to hell with that, When you miss, you're going to die anyways, and I'd rather hit every shot. Now, here, I go for the Crunch, predicting a switch or just to finish Vaporeon off. Now, I think I was predicting a switch, but not into a Celebi. This was an awesome play here because it's weak to Crunch, and it gets O-Code by a +2 Crunch, so whatever type of Celebi this is, it's not going to be able to harm my team with statuses or set up, like Calm Mind or something, but whatever. Anyways, he brings in Dragonite to take my Tyranitar out with an Extreme Speed. So yeah, he pretty much took out two of my weakened pokes, which isn't a big deal. Oh, and he crit my Azelf, so that was kind of annoying. But here, I make a huge over-prediction, and that is a bad play for me. I go for the Agility, predicting him to switch out, fearing the HP Ice, or Hidden Power Ice. But he actually stays in and goes for the Extreme Speed. And thanks to the Sandstorm, I'm not going to be able to live another Extreme Speed. And I don't really have anything I want to switch into, so I'm going to have to leave Zapdos in his death spotter, so he didn't get to do anything. Wow. Yeah, some of my Pokés didn't get to do anything because his Dragonite's an asshole. So anyways, I bring in my Claw Shot, my Scizor, and I go straight for the Bullet Punch, just a revenge kill. And, pretty much just take that thing out. I was kind of getting pissed off at that thing. Anyways, he brings up Vaporeon, goes for the Wish. He thought I was Choice Banded because he saw no Life Orb recoil, as most Scizors with Choice Bands don't have Life Orb recoil because they don't carry the Life Orb. But I bluffed it, actually. I'm actually carrying Leftovers on this Scizor, and I'm running the Swords Dance variant, so if you couldn't tell that I switched moves. Anyways, he brings an Infernape, and I'm going to pretty much leave my Scizor in to die. Now, you might be questioning why did I do that. I could have switched into one of my last poke to take a fire move. The thing is, I don't want my last poke taking any initial damage upon coming in, and it really wouldn't have mattered even if I did go for Bullet Punch because the wish would have came true and then he would have been back at full health anyways. So I bring in my last poke, my own Vaporeon, my tank girl. You're gonna ask about the nickname now, aren't you? So, anyways, I'm gonna go for the Wish. Pretty much like his Vaporeon, it goes for Wish, but he was actually kind of curious like what kind of other moves I had besides Wish, Protect, all that jazz. And I don't... Actually, the set's just a little bit different from his. I'm running Toxic on this one instead of like a Hidden Power Electric or whatever. Because, you know, that's my preference and stuff like that. And, you know, different people have different preferences. So here, I go for the Surf just to take this thing out. Now, he was telling me that the Sandstorm was going to take me out. But I'm like, well, no, Wish comes first, then the Sandstorm. So, yeah, thanks to the Wish coming true before the Sandstorm, it doesn't take me out. And I'm pretty much still in the game. So, yeah, Vaporeon's just sitting there, you know, looking boss, I guess. You know, however they appear to look boss or something. But he brings in his last Bogmire, or, you know, Gengar, and that's an epic Luigi's Mansion reference right there. So major props to you, Zakattack, for using that one. I've never seen anyone use that reference before. So, anyways, I go for the Wish just to kind of scout what kind of Gengar this is. And I did not see the Leftovers recovery for some reason. I wasn't looking, but I should have figured it out too. So, I go for Protect. But he goes for the sub, so he gets a free sub, and my wish does come true, but I don't know. I should have just went for the attacking move, but then again, if I had paid attention, then I would have done that, but maybe it was kind of risky, so I kind of made a safe play, but then again, I didn't at the same time. You know how to... Does that even make sense to you guys? Like, seriously? But anyways, I go for the Surf as he goes for Shadow Ball, which doesn't do much, but I break the sub. So, literally at this part, we were talking on the stream or whatever, and he was pretty much gonna... I don't know, this ended up being like, who could take out the other one first, because we're both using our last guys. Or, I'm using a female Vaporeon and he's using a male Gengar. There's a difference there, folks, but... Anyways, I go for another Surf, and he goes for another Shadow Ball to hit me, and it takes me kind of low, but I'm pretty much going to be at 186 after Leftovers, and I tell him that at the stream, so he's pretty much like, if he got a crit, then he would win, and if he didn't, I would win. So let's see what happens. And I don't die, so yep. That's pretty much good game, Zakattack6994, and that was actually a really fun match. Your Dragonite was a bitch, to be honest, and I overpredicted with Zapdos, which was a huge waste, so... Maybe next time I'll actually get to use Zapdos and Azelf, because I only, like, literally, I didn't get to do much with Azelf or Zapdos. Everyone else pretty much did work. Well, technically I didn't do much with Flygon either. He was mostly there to take out Jirachi, and you may have noticed he had the Flygon had pressure. That was actually a sobbing mistake on my part, and it really didn't end up mattering in the long run. I was actually going to run away from the match and then just start over again or whatever with the right abilities, but he was like, nah, let's just do it. So, yeah, that's pretty much how this resulted, and I'm very glad that I actually got a 4th gen battle finished. It was kind of ridiculous because every time we try to do a 4th gen battle, we used different teams every time, so it was like, well, it would randomly disconnect, including this one that was near the end. We each had 3 pokes left. And it disconnected, and I'm like, wow. And we spent a long time playing that match, too, so that's kind of an insult to injury if that isn't one already. So, yeah, and if you notice from the team preview thing right there, except for Vaporeon, every Pokemon we used is absolutely different from one another. So, yeah, that's kind of weird, because considering that most OU matches have at least 2 to 3 of the same pokes on the team every time. You know, like Heatran, Starmie, Shaman, those guys, you know? But actually, I didn't use either of them, actually. The only thing that you'd probably see in every darn match is Scizor. Probably because, you know, Scizor is like everywhere and stuff, so... And that's my mouse going over the screen for some reason. Anyways, YuseiTheSynchroHero signing out. Peace.